The Easter Day Massacre. It happened on Easter Sunday, March 30th, 1975, when James Ruppert fatally shot 11 members of his own family in his mother's house in Hamilton, Ohio. Here is a picture of James Urban in 1975. Let's start with motive. Revenge for being bullied by his mother and brother. James was reported to have had a troubled life with his family. His mother Charity had told him that she'd rather him be a woman or a daughter, saying, than a male. His father, Leonard the First, had been a violent tempered person and held little affection for the two younger sons, James and Leonard this Jr. He died in 1947 when James and his brother Leonard Jr. were the age of 12 and 14. Well, Leonard Jr., he became the father figure of the family. So I guess his older brother, James's older brother. And he always picked on James during the upbringing. Now, more into it, at the age 16, James ran away from home and he attempted to commit suicide by hanging himself with a sheet. But he was unsuccessful. And he returned home. As an adult, Ruppert stood 5'5", weighed around 135 pounds. He was described as a modest, bookish, and helpful man. But he was unremarkably quiet. Ruppert was envious of his older brother's success of job, family. Envy that would turn into paranoid madness and murder. Well, there's other stuff that probably leaded up to this too. Like James's brother, Leonard, married his ex-girlfriend, James's ex-girlfriend, and stuff. So let's go ahead and start talking about the events that took place before the massacre. Before the massacre, a month before, James acquired a silencer for his weapons while purchasing ammo. His behavior with depression, as he needed the breaking point, he's getting to that breaking point and stuff. And on March 29th, 1975, witnesses have seen him engage in shooting target practice, shooting tin cans with his .22 pistol and .22 rifle along the banks of the Great Miami River in Hamilton, Ohio. See, I'm from Ohio and everything, but I was like, man, I can't believe this happened. So I figured I'd go ahead and, I'd share it with you guys and stuff. But the night before the murders in Hamilton, they seen him down there by the bank shooting tin cans. Okay, well, let's talk about another events that's been taking place before. James had a drinking problem and stuff, so let's go ahead and start getting more into stuff before that. Like, James, he went out as he did nearly every night at the 19th hole cocktail lounge. He talked with an employee named Wanda Bishop. She had 5 kids. She's 28. She's a mother. So, that James was frustrated with his mother. So, he's talking about his mother to this lady that she must have been like a waitress or a bartender. I'm not sure. I didn't get too much into that part. But his mother demands on him and his impending eviction, and he needed to solve a problem, according to Bishop, because his mother, was talking about, like, if you could afford, to buy beer 7 nights a week, he could afford to pay rent instead of, like living underneath her house. But you have to remember this. This lady's going to be on later on. Ruppert left the bar around 11 p.m. This is the night before the murders. So let's go ahead and, let's talk more. Like, James, you got to think about some of this stuff. James couldn't hold a steady job. His brother married his ex-girlfriend. His mother was going to kick him out of his home. So, he had a fear of losing his home, his residence, and stuff. So, you got to think, all this stuff's getting built up in his mind. Oh, I am doing this video in portions, guys. So, if you see me, like, my face facing this way, and the next one facing that way, it's because I'm doing portions, like, piece by piece. So, let's go ahead and talk about the day of the murder. James stayed upstairs sleeping off a night of drinking, while the entire family members, they performed an Easter egg hunt on the front lawn. So James' mother was there. You got to think, Leonard Jr., James's brother, and his wife Elma, or Alma, or whatever it's Alma. I think it's Alma or Elma. And there was kids between the ages of 4 to 17, which would have been, I want to say. But anyways, 4 p.m., James woke up and loaded a gun, a .357 Magnum, 2 .22 handguns, and a rifle. Then James, he went downstairs. His mother and brother and sister-in-law was preparing lunch in the kitchen. Most of the children were playing in the living room. Now let's talk about how the murders, happened and everything. When he reached the kitchen, James, he shot Leonard Jr., his brother, in the head. Shot him right in the head, killing him instantly. Then shot his sister-in-law, Elma, killing her. He then shot his mother in the chest, and when she was lunging towards him, he shot her in the head. Then he killed David. He's 11 years old. Teresa, 9, and Carol, 13. Blood soaked the floor, and this just in the kitchen. Then James turned the corner into the living room. One by one, shot his remaining nieces and nephews. Anna, 12. Leonard deferred, which had been, he's 17. Then Michael, 16. Thomas, 15. Then the youngest, John, 4 years old. They were all shot in the head, and shot again to ensure they had died. The massacre was over in less than 5 minutes, which is fucking crazy as fuck. But after spending 3 hours in the home, James finally called the police and said there had been a shooting. He waited just inside the front door for the police to arrive. Let's take time to see the layout of where the victims got killed. I got the plan where they got shot, like in the front room and kitchen. Let's go ahead and show the layout with the victims' names right now. These murders, shocked it was a small town of Hamilton, Ohio. James was arrested and charged that day with 11 counts of aggravated murder. Well, aggravated homicide, I mean. He refused to answer questions asked by the police. He made it clear he had pleaded insanity. The county prosecutor, John Holcomb, viewed the crime scene and stated that there was so much blood on the first floor that it was dripping through the floorboards into the basement. That's crazy. That's wild. James Ruppert, he fired like a total of 35 rounds. All 4 weapons that he used. But I guess he didn't use the rifle, but he used the handguns. All 4 weapons were recovered at the scene. All the victims, they were buried in the same area. They were buried in Arlington Memorial Gardens in Cincinnati, Ohio. A year later, the house was opened to the public and all the contents were auctioned off in it. It was cleaned, recarpeted, and rented to a new family that's not familiar with the area and what happened and is unaware of the murders in the house. Which I always think that's kind of screwed up, where, they'll sell you a house and you don't know what happened. Especially, being a paranormal investigator and stuff. When I do my paranormal investigations, you go back, you read all this stuff. And, some of these places people didn't know, that, like if a mass murder happened in your house, which is, like, off the chain, like this. Like this. This is, like, brutal. But, Ruppert was tried and found guilty in 2 counts of aggravated murder. Not guilty for the other 9 because of insanity. Well, all this drama, with him probably bringing it up, like all the stuff. But, man, them kids didn't deserve this. The family probably didn't deserve it either. But you don't know what actually was going on with his life, so remember leaving in the comments what you feel or think about this. It's greatly appreciated, like hearing what you guys think too. And everything. Because, he got charged with 2 life sentences. Man. But so he is in Allen County Correctional Institute in Lima, Ohio, which is actually north of me. Then he was in the Southern Correctional Facility in Lucasville, Ohio. Then, I think I don't have the information on me, but I guess he's, like, up for parole in, like, 2024 or something like that. I'm not sure the exact date. But he didn't make it to that date because in 2019, he was moved to Franklin Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio, because of his declining health. And June 4th, 2022, James died at the age of 88 and everything. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to try something new so I can actually talk to some of you guys better. And remember to hit that like button wherever it is. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. You know, remember, keep exploring, enjoy life. And remember, peace.